I wanted to add this at the beginning of the video because the first video for this segment that I did was on November 7th. It is now December 18th, I think, 19th maybe. And the only thing we had to do was the walls, the doors, and the trim. And it ended up taking about 1.5 times as long to do that it did the hard part, which was building the actual shed. So I wanted to put this in here to say that, yeah, it was a Titanic of a situation, but we finally made it. Okay, now on to the last phase of the shed, which is the wall construction. And so what I'm doing here is I have a bottom piece and a top piece and then two verticals. The two verticals and the top piece and the bottom piece, this whole setup is just so then I can screw the sheathing on. So what I'm going to do is I got to put these walls all the way around like this and then put the sheathing on. I might put sheathing on as I finish the walls, or I might do it all at once. I don't know yet, but that's my weekday project. Then when that's done, then I get to put the two doors here, which the doors are going to be a panel all by themselves. And then other than painting and putting the trim on, the shed will be done. All right, you know the point in the project where everything seems to be falling apart? Well, we're almost at the end of this project and I think I hit it. I guess these horizontal headers up here weren't as level as we thought it was, because this is the back side that we're doing, that I'm looking at right now. As you can see, these are all not level on top. And if you go down the side over here that I did yesterday, you can see these are not level either. So the good news is there's things called trim. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get more trim and stick on the top. And then, what mistake? There's no mistake here. Okay, the walls are done. Andre and I actually finished them up yesterday, but it was almost dark, so I decided to do the video today. We wanted to get this part up done before the new and improved tropical storm starts coming. It's supposed to start raining later today. If it's raining out, I want to come out so I can see what it's going to look like on the inside while it's raining. This part here I have to trim off. I am going to be putting trim on this, but that's obviously not going to happen before the storm. But yeah, you can see where we had little siding faux pas on all four sides, but that's fine. That's what we got trim for, to hide the sins of the past. So as you can tell, I got tired of lugging all this stuff over to the tent, because here's where the storage building is. The tent is all the way over there, so it's about 150, 200 feet away. And I just got tired of lugging this stuff, so this is what the storage building's supposed to be for, so that's what we're going to do. So we're not supposed to get a whole lot of rain today with the storm, but we shall see. If it's not going to be raining this weekend, I want to start working on the doors. That'll be the next project. Here's the trim here. It's just all pressure treated 1x4s. And I think we made some adjustments since I bought the material, so we'll probably have to go get some more. But 1x4s are not the hardest thing in the world to go get. There's Sherlock out in the middle of the yard. I got the wubba around here somewhere. I think he's trying to find it. Oh, the wubba's actually all the way over here. There it is. So I promised him that we would come out today and we do some wubba checking. Yep, here he comes. All right, I'm gonna throw this so the camera might be a little wobbly for a second. There we go. So that's Sherlock's favorite pastime, is to do what I call woobie checking. So that's about it for now. All we can do is wait for the storm, see what it's gonna do, see if we're actually gonna get any water on the inside, obviously except for where the door is supposed to be, and we will go from there. Okay, after a lot of work and a couple of screw ups, I actually got this door in place. It's really level, and now I'm getting ready to put the hinges on. This door, I estimate, weighs about 100 pounds between the sheathing and all the 1x. So what I did, I stacked up some scrap 2x6s, put it at the bottom, and then this little lip I created so the door would never close in any further than this, at least at the top, is actually the thing that saved my life, because I can clamp it up there, and so this door is not attached to anything right now, just sitting here, and as heavy as it is just sitting here by gravity. Now what I did with the 1x6s, I have 1x6s on the outside, and then on the inside here I have 1x4s. The reason I have 1x4s on the inside is because we made a couple last minute design changes and we had a ton of 1x4s left. So I did that on the inside. So now the door should be able to be hung up. So now all I have to do is put the hinges on. Okay, the clamp is off, the hinges are up. Now all that's left to do is to kick out the 2x6s and see if this thing stands on its own. All right, the 2x6s are gone. Zoomed out as far as I can. So I know this is riveting YouTube with me zoomed in really close, but there's the door. So it looks like it's good at the top on both sides, and it looks like it's good at the bottom. So now all we have to do is wait and see what happens. Okay, it's actually going to go in a little bit. That's actually good. So if it's, looks like if it's out like this, it will close itself automatically. Okay, but if I open it up all the way, let's open it up like that. Nope. But I can open it up like this and it stay fine. Okay, so I call that a success. Zoom out a little bit. We got one door up. Now we got to do the other one. The other one's going to be fun because not only do I have to level it and everything, I also have to make sure it matches with this door so they don't either have too much of a gap in the center or they intersect. Because if I get that door up and they intersect, then I'm not going to be a happy camper. But yeah, first door is up. Okay, it's the next day and the door is still on the hinges, so that's good. Andrea came back with our newest child yesterday, so she's actually going to help me put the other door on today. As much fun as it was to do it by myself, it'll go a lot quicker if I have help. So Andrea's going to go open the door right now, since what I had before you really couldn't see very well. So yeah, there's the door, and it fits nice and snug, so it's relatively level and everything. As I said before, this door weighs like 100 pounds. Each of these hinges are rated for 50 pounds, so we got 3 hinges on there, so that should be more than enough to keep the door from doing weird things. So yeah, now we're on to the other door, and then except for the trim and the paint, this shed might finally be done someday. Alright, what I didn't show on the other door was how I actually made this. So I have the panel upside down. I got clamps over here. Got the 1x6 you can see, which is actually the face, and then a 1x4 on this side. And then I just put the screws in. And so this is the part that took forever when I did the first door, but now that Andre is here helping, it's going significantly faster. So I just wanted to show how this door was actually being made. Then once we get to the middle piece, I'll show that on how we got this middle piece in, because we obviously can't do the middle piece like this.
Okay.
All right, so we got the other hinge up, so now, or the other door up, and so now I'm going to kick these and see if it actually holds. All right. All right, so move that out of the way. Okay, we got this side. And now we got this side. All right, so doors are done. All we got to do is put the latch on. That'll be good. And then the only thing left is to put the trim and then put the paint on, which we'll get to at some point. Okay, after a lot longer than I wanted, the trim is finally done on the shed. So the only thing remaining on the shed to be done is the caulking that we want to do, which is too cold to do right now, and the painting that we want to do, which is too cold to do right now. Those will have to be done in early spring. So I wanted to just finish this up. I'm going to do another video showing like the hows and the whys, the materials, the costs, and all that type of, try to estimate labor. That one will be kind of funny because I have no idea. But anyway, wanted to show real quick. At the beginning of the project, I wanted to have this 2x6 band run around, but then we ended up putting 1x4 trim on the top and the bottom, and how I thought it looked neat, at least on the computer. I would not do this again. I would have this band on the inside, so the panels would just go all the way up, but it is what it is. And I mean, it's perfectly fine. I just would not do this again. But other than that, we put 1x4 trim all the way around on all sides. Mainly I wanted to put it at the bottom to hide my seesawing that I ended up doing on the panels, because for some reason everything looked square, everything acted like it's square, but at the end of the day it was not square. So at the top and the bottom of these panels, it was what I call seesawing, because it was off square just a little bit. But here's the back side, and then here's this side here, which hopefully the sun did not get in the way too much. So that is the shed. When we actually get the thing painted, which will probably be in about 2 or 3 months, I'll do a little video on that. And then I'm also going to do a overall video doing hours and costs and all that, and show the inside of what we've done, because today we moved everything from our tent, which is over here. We moved that into the shed, and so now that tent is empty except for our next building project, which is going to be building a fence. So I'll do videos on that, so that should be good. And so this is the last look of the fence, at least until it gets painted or so.